Hey guys, Pete Weintraub, permanent weight loss specialist here, and I gotta tell you, I'm a huge rock guy. Some people like all types of music, and some only tend to like one genre, but I'm definitely the latter. From the Beatles to AC/DC to Metallica to Killswitch Engage, there are so many bands I like across a wide range of decades of rock music. One of those bands, the Eagles, is well known for songs like Hotel California. However, it's another one of their songs that gained notoriety in the late 80s that's stuck in my head today. The Eagles wrote a song called The Heart of the Matter. It debuted in 1989. The main chorus goes, I'm going to do my best to sing it. I've been trying to get down to the heart of the matter, but my will gets weak. That was really flat. And my thoughts seem to scatter, but I think it's about forgiveness. Forgiveness. There's another part of the main chorus about someone not loving you anymore, but what I provided will do for today's purpose. Yesterday was a huge day for me, if you didn't pick up on that. I got to interview one of my idols in the health field, William Davis, MD, best-selling author of Wheat Belly and a new book, Undoctored, that goes more macro in terms of what we can do as individuals to reclaim our health without blindly accepting the prescriptions and the treatments our doctors are financially and sometimes legally incentivized to recommend to us. Immediately following that, the tables turned and I was interviewed by Dana Wilde, host of the Mind Aware Show on iTunes and founder of Train Your Brain U, which is a mindset-oriented group for entrepreneurs. Dana and I have a great rapport, and she asked me to do a special private training for her Train Your Brain U members on my 100-pound weight loss journey and what it took to not only lose the weight, but keep it off from a mental perspective. To see video of that, and you need to have a Facebook account, unfortunately. I'm still trying to figure out how to download and repurpose it for you because it's a private group, though I was given permission to do so. I'm going to leave the link in the comments below, so if you have a Facebook account, you should be able to see it. At the end of our interview, Dana told me that a common theme she saw from how I described my journey was that I was able to forgive myself all throughout it. This is honestly not something I thought about much prior to the interview, but after reflection, I guess this is true. Let's face it, if you're struggling with your weight, you wake up in the morning, you feel sluggish, you feel anxious, and often depressed. You look in the mirror and literally despise what you see looking back at you. Many feel shame, disappointment, and just terrible about themselves. A while back, I wrote about how important it is when you start your journey to look in the mirror and have a talk with yourself. Forgiveness is a huge component to that. Forgiveness of who? Yourself. Let's not sugarcoat this, and no pun intended. If you get to a point where you're like, you know what? I need to do something about this weight situation because not only is it affecting my physical state, but it's affecting my mental state, and more specifically, how I feel about myself. There was a good deal of personal neglect involved leading up to that point, and there's no two ifs, ands, or buts about it. Something I tell my clients when they fall off the wagon for a meal or for a day is to just own it. Give yourself a minute to feel bad about it, but then get back up and move forward positively. We're human beings. Perfection is definitely an aspiration, but it's not realistic and is often unattainable. Things happen, slip-ups, both intentional and unintentional, are made, and what differentiates the success stories from the one-and-dones is who's able to forgive themselves for not being perfect, and then having the wherewithal to shake it off and take on the next day. Remember, while failure doesn't occur until you throw in the towel, you'll fail to succeed in one of two ways. You're either beaten or you lose. If you're beaten, you came into the situation prepared, gave it your all, but you were outdone by your competition. Shit happens. Learn from it and move on positively. If you lose, you came to the situation ill-prepared, gave a half-assed effort, and despite having everything you needed to succeed and win, you cost yourself. Don't be a loser. Be a winner. Learn to forgive yourself. Listen to Don Henley and his beautiful, godly rock voice. You'll definitely hit all his notes. And I'll chat with you tomorrow.